everyone, and welcome to That's News to Me. With me this evening, I have the ever lovely Bionic Dance, Kate Farr.
Hi, everybody.
I have Lone Wanderer. Hi, hun. We have the beautiful Jenni Morgan.
Good evening.
And everyone's favourite Aunt Cher.
Hi, I don't know if I'm everyone's
I just had to say something. So, welcome to everyone in the chat, and thank you for joining us. As you know, I bring up some weird and wacky, unusual news articles from around the world and give these people some clues, and they've got to try and figure out what the hell they are. In the meantime, we often get distracted and talk about other things because that's the way these sort of streams always work. Basically, the news articles are the glue that joins us all together. So why don't we get into it? Unless anyone's got anything special they want to share first.
My cat's breath smells like cat food.
Funny that, isn't it?
That's a Ralph Wiggum line. I don't know, there was an uncomfortable silence. I figured I'd fill it with something even more uncomfortable. I love Ralph Wiggum.
Ralphie is really lost.
We got quite a few people in the chat this evening. We've got Linda, we've got Jay, we've got PJ, Susan, Julie, God of the Imagination, Morton. Who else? Godless Sewing. Of course, everyone here. We did have Dave earlier, but he's gone to bed. So, night, Dave. Sleep well. We've got Amiga Nuts. I said Julie already, I think. Yep. There's quite a few people there. So, thank you all for being here. So, shall we do some weird news?
Go ahead. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Do it.
All right. So this first news story comes from Thailand, and it involves a politician and something he was caught doing in Parliament.
Eating a salad.
No, he was not eating a salad.
Was he tossing one?
Yeah, you're very close there, Kate.
He was in the avoid.
He was sitting in the gallery. He was sitting in the things, and he was caught by the reporters in the gallery doing something with his mobile phone.
Well, he's watching porn.
Oh yes, he was definitely watching porn.
Oh, well, that's a lot more tame than mine, I guess.
Taking part in porn.
He wasn't inserting it anywhere, was he?
No, but he was there for 10 minutes going through pictures and videos.
Couldn't find anything decent?
Apparently, when he was questioned about this in the Parliament, because he was called out during the whole thing, he said they were unsolicited. So apparently somebody sent them to him.
So you're saying that this Thai-ish, whatever politician was getting unsolicited dick pics?
Yeah, apparently whilst he was in Parliament.
He also didn't inhale.
No, he didn't. And the stains on his suit were definitely not what they thought they were. His name was Mr. Anuwat, apparently. So,
You think he would at least go to his office, not the gallery.
yeah, he tried to claim that one of the women in the pictures was asking for help and was trying to get money from him. And that he was only spending time looking at her pictures. Yeah, he was only spending time looking at her images to make sure she wasn't in danger. Yeah, she's not in danger. Oh, yeah. He was so light.
Oh, apparently we are low and muffled, Jenny.
Really?
Like all of us? Or...
That's what the chat's saying.
It is. Why is that happening?
I don't know. I'm hearing all of you just fine, so.
Let's see.
Yeah, me too. I can hear you guys perfect.
All right, is that better? You guys like
I don't know.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing. Testes. 1, 2, 3.
Giggity.
How's the lawyer then?
Have they said anything
And that
in the
accent
chat?
probably offends somebody somewhere.
Is that better, guys?
What accent?
Okay, somebody said sound is good. Okay.
Okay.
I wish I had an accent Americans think is cool, because you get a lot more subscribers if you do.
Well, I don't know if that's...
Practice.
Awesome. I'm glad they can hear you all now. Not on my normal rig, as people can tell, because, again, I'm away in the new town I'm moving to, staying with friends, and, yeah, on a backup rig.
There you go.
So, yeah, but even when I'm on my own rig, I still fuck this up. Don't we all? Streams are fun like that.
It's all...
You
Exactly.
don't have that benefit of when you're doing a pre-record that you can fix it.
Yeah.
So everyone sees your mistakes. All right. All right. Oh, wow. Sorry about that.
Is that Doctor Who?
What
Yeah,
the hell was
that's
that?
my phone.
It was his cell phone.
That's so weird, because I'm like barely even a fan. I mostly just watch Tom Baker over and over, and even I heard like totally was able to tell what that was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the Doctor Who theme song is very recognizable from the very beginning of it, even in all its different iterations. They've kind of managed to keep it somewhat consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so on to our next one. What did a Zacharid's Rhodesi find on his cell phone after he'd managed to find it in the jungle?
Oh dear.
You found
Oh,
a
I know
cell
this
phone in
one.
the jungle?
Snake eggs.
I know this one.
Really? No.
A monkey stole it and took selfies of himself. Well, I guess that's what a
On
selfie
accident.
Sorry,
is.
guys.
Monkey selfies. Okay.
Really?
Mm.
Yes, sorry,
this would be
you are
completely
quite correct.
accidental
Monkey
pun, but I can
selfies.
see that.
Yeah,
So a monkey gets a cell phone and figures out how to make it operate?
yeah. The monkey figured out how to take photos of himself from
Boy,
this
does that
guy's
ever
cell
speak
phone.
badly for people who can't figure out how to operate their cell phone, eh?
I know, right?
Apparently, he
Yeah.
thought his phone had been stolen while he was sleeping, and yeah, he eventually tracked down the device in the jungle behind his house, and
Well, monkeys are known thieves.
yeah,
Mhm.
he
Oh,
got
they
his
are
dad
really
he
shit.
got his dad to continually call his phone, and you could hear it ringing, and it was like, okay. So the monkey hadn't taken it very far, but it had a lot of fun with it.
So, what does it say about the man? If I don't know, did he have facial recognition to unlock the
Unfortunately, there isn't a picture of him. Oh, unless, of course, one of the monkey pictures is a picture of him. But we're all monkeys.
True.
No,
we're
no,
apes, actually.
we're apes, yeah. Thank you. I don't have any tail, do you?
No. Well,
How
I've
come
got
we have a tailbone? We have a tailbone.
a tail.
Well, monkeys have tails and apes don't.
Then how come we have a tailbone?
Okay, fine. They have a fully formed tail and we don't. Happy?
Yes, I am now.
All right. All right. Yeah, they say it's vestigial, but I don't see the vest anywhere.
Well, you know, that was one of the nasty oh, well, never mind. It was a racial thing of long ago. I don't want to get into it or
No.
risk offending anyone.
Eh.
Yee.
But there were
Yeah,
there
I
were
think we'll
bad
move
things
on
that
from
people
the
used to
racist
say.
bit.
Yeah. Moving right along.
Moving right along.
And we're walking.
Okay, this is a Florida story, but not a Florida man story.
Okay.
Cops respond to reports of a big alligator in a shed. But it wasn't an alligator. What was it?
It was a crocodile.
No, it wasn't a crocodile.
Okay, it was
Well,
boots or luggage.
I mean, I guess you could say it was, but it also wasn't.
Oh. Okay, so it's either boots or luggage.
No.
Or
Yes?
belt.
No.
A dead stuffed alligator?
No, but you're getting closer.
Dinosaur. It was like
Was
a
it-
dinosaur toy.
Alligator skin.
It was a toy. Yes.
It was a toy. Godzilla? Tell me it was Godzilla.
No, it wasn't Godzilla. It was something that the kids might have used during summer.
Meh. Anyway, it was what?
Something the kids might have used during summer.
Oh, an inflatable?
Now I have a
Alligator?
problem. There are too many people in the back for me to add everyone into the show.
That's fine.
Hang on.
Hello.
Where are
Was
you?
it an alligator that we played with in the
No,
pool?
I've grabbed the
Inflatable?
wrong bit of the screen, so I've got Jenny twice because I'm clever. Let's.
I only
fix
see
that.
me once.
I apologize, people. We're going to do some modifying of the stream whilst we're. Yeah, then stretch Jenny around. No.
Remember, chat, we're just amateurs.
We are. What have I done wrong?
Nothing wrong with that. Plenty of good amateur porn out there. I mean, oh wait, wrong subject.
I feel like an appropriate song right now would be.
Oh, we could do the elevator music. Yeah.
All right, there we go. We've got people added in. Hi, Peter. Lovely.
Who has joined us?
Peter.
Oh, hi.
He's joined us.
He's joining us from hell.
I thought it was
He
Satan.
doesn't
Yeah,
really
I saw the
join us.
flames. And
Maybe he likes to be called Hades. You know?
I'm told I'm the devil.
How should we address you, Daredevil? Is it Hades, the Lord of the Underworld?
no, from the background, I'd say it's either Hades or West LA
Anyway, you're definitely not
or East
the
LA.
devil.
Excuse me.
Nothing at all like William Shatner.
Yeah.
Well, we famously deconverted someone, so obviously I need to be in hell for that.
I deconverted my dad.
You did?
I'd like to point
Oh.
out that PJ's got it in the chat. If anyone's watching the chat, was it PJ? No, yeah, PJ's got it.
Yeah, I think Lone Wanderer and Bionic
I
Dance
already
both
said that. Sorry, I was sidetracking myself
Yeah.
with adding in Peter on the
That's
screen,
right.
so I apologize
Wait, what was
for that.
what?
Yes,
Huh?
it was a alligator pool toy. It even had duct tape wrapped around it to stop it from leaking.
So it wasn't Godzilla. Oh well.
And they walked
So-
into their garage and they saw this thing, thought it was a real alligator, panicked and phoned the police.
So if my Triceratops starts leaking, I should get some duct tape.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay, but you know what? Do ceratops or do not ceratops?
I mean,
That is the question.
There is no try.
triceratops, you see.
now all I can think of is the Triceratops talking in Yoda's voice.
Yes.
I would
Thank
so
you,
totally pay to see that.
Have you guys seen the song with the baby Yoda singing chicken nuggies?
No.
Oh, you need to look that up.
Oh no.
And you know, I will say this to the day I die. Why is it they didn't name that Star Wars theme park Orlando Calrissian?
Oh, that
I
would
know,
have been
right?
awesome,
It
wouldn't it?
Ugh, how did no one think of that? I should be on every marketing team to point out to people the really cool shit they're missing out on.
Oh, they do. They definitely do miss out on cool
Well,
shit.
Kate, you should make them pay for that. I mean, because that would make money.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, okay. Susan just asked, what are our favorite dinosaurs?
I'm gonna go with pterodactyl.
Technically
That's
not
not a dinosaur.
Pretty much any of the flying ones.
That's not a dinosaur.
Pterodactyl's not a dinosaur?
No,
No.
they lived as long all the way up to around the
Okay,
Civil War.
every
They went.
time I talk
they
to
went-
dinosaur
No, they
people,
didn't,
they said it is one. Don't make me
Pterodactyls are actually flying lizards.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Isn't
not
that what a
dinosaurs.
dinosaur, like a flying dinosaur? No, I'm just.
They're
No,
not a dinosaur.
dinosaurs-
dinosaurs
They're
are not
plesiosaurs.
Kate, come on. You were one of the first people that I saw on YouTube, and you actually made sense, and you had science.
That one's funny.
Well, but
You're ruining my entire image of you. That was back when you sat on a couch.
okay. So what do you call those dudes that like they fly and they got the big horn out the back of their head?
That's a
Yeah,
pterodactyl.
it is a
Pterodactyl.
pterodactyl, but they're not
Oh, lizard.
dinosaurs. They're technically not dinosaurs.
No, they lived until the 1800s.
No, they
On
did.
Raw
Jenny.
will kill
Okay,
you.
I not to take a page out of
Raw will kill you.
Stoll's book, but I hate all of you right now.
I mean, on Raw has several videos where he has this dinosaur toy set where he says, "Well, this is your average dinosaur toy," and most of them are not dinosaurs.
No,
Oh.
they're either
Take
pre-dinosaur.
away the mammals and the lizards and also the pterodactyls.
You usually get a
Okay.
brontosaurus
Wow.
and a Tyrannosaurus Rex in one of those sets, and or a Stegosaurus, and they're probably about the only actual dinosaurs in the sets. And we've lost Andrew.
Yeah.
And plesiosaurs are not dinosaurs. Ichthyosaurs are not dinosaurs.
So,
Fine, okay.
is a brontosaurus a dinosaur? Because I like brontosaurus.
A brontosaurus doesn't exist.
No, technically they don't.
Allosaurus.
That was in the Flintstones.
Yeah,
Okay, but like, are there any flying dinosaurs at all?
birds.
Yeah.
From then, you
Yeah,
rat.
Donald Trump. When
Bluebird.
Yeah, Donald Trump he's a dinosaur.
And he's got an aeroplane, so he can fly.
Okay, you realize I will track down every last one of you and light you on more fire than Peener's on right now, okay? You realize that I will light you on fire.
Kate, there are even swimming dinosaurs. They're called penguins.
Wow.
Sorry.
Why do I come on these streams? I have to wonder.
Sucker for punishment.
Because
Hi,
they're
Chris.
fun.
Oh, fine.
Okay, now we've got Animal Science TV, so it's only going to get worse for you, Kate.
Okay, I've
I'm
lost
sure.
track of who's
I'm
in
sure.
the back.
Does anyone have any questions
I
about
have lost
fictional
track of who's in the
aliens?
back, so
That
I'm
I can do.
apologizing right now if I've messed anyone up, because I openly sent the link into the chat group and a lot of people have jumped in. So,
I think they should be required to change the name to Kentucky Fried Dinosaur.
but that's okay.
Jen, I'm happy to jump out if someone wants
I
it.
don't know who is even in the back because I actually can't see them properly if they're on the second line at the moment because of the way Dave's
Okay.
add-in works. So I actually
But,
don't know who I missed.
So the way the dinosaurs worked is there was one species of dinosaur called the theropods that had hollow bones, which made them light enough to evolve into birds.
So wait, hold on. Theropods, isn't that what the theraflu would come in? Kidding.
Good.
Kidding.
I don't know. No.
Wow, I killed it. Yay, go me. I have power.
It has power. Dinosaurs are interesting things though. Probably my favorite dinosaurs are the little ones. I like all the little ones, like the velociraptors, because most people think from Jurassic Park velociraptors were big. They weren't. They were smallish dinosaurs. A little bit bigger than
those
Great
are
Dane.
theropods. The velociraptor evolved into the bird.
Yeah, well, that genus, sort of evolved into birds. So
I don't know what's going on here. You're asking what's your favorite dinosaur?
sorry.
Is the question what's your favorite
Yeah,
dinosaur?
the question was, what's your favorite dinosaur?
I heard that Peter said that Bronchiosaurus doesn't exist.
Brontosaurus. No, the Brontosaurus. I mean, technically, it's a sauropod.
They made shit up.
But yeah, basically, they got two different dinosaurs and shoved them together, two different groups of bones. So the Brontosaurus was the head of one shoved on the body of another. So it actually wasn't, and then they labeled it as a new dinosaur type because they had this different head, but it only had a different head because they nicked it from a different one.
Well,
now I
my
want to
favorite
see
dinosaur is
Natural
Littlefoot
History
from
Museum at night and just rearrange all the dinosaur bones and see who notices.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened, Kate. You can blame the British History Museum for that one because they're the ones who screwed it up.
and that's not the only one. The what was it, Archaeopteryx was also three different fossils.
Yeah, there still is an Archaeopteryx.
They later named one Archaeopteryx, but the first find that they had from Archaeopteryx was actually Microraptor and two other dinosaurs.
And another one. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there are actually multiple.
Yeah. But all of these fossils were put into the ground as a trick by Satan. Come on.
No,
it all happened during Noah's flood. I mean, we all know that, right? I mean.
Well, that's what drowned them all. Drowned all the dinosaurs.
Did you guys know China has a tourist site that has fake fossils? Like they made them into concrete to make it look like it's like a dinosaur fossil.
Really?
Wow.
Please, don't let anyone tell Kent Hovind and Ken Ham this because we're never going to live that down.
Yeah, no, don't let them know.
Wait a minute. Which one of those is one of those guys the one who has like Dinosaur Park and someone drowned in his like?
Ken Hovind.
Well, it's not uncommon.
Which one did Ham do then?
It's not uncommon for a museum to make casts, fiberglass duplicates of bones to build the dinosaur that's on the show floor.
So was Ham the ark then?
Yeah, he's the ark. Yeah.
Kent Hovind's park is really good for children because they've already had one kidnapped and one drowned. So, fun for everyone.
I know.
So I think Kent Hovind made his backyard like a dinosaur park. I don't understand though, because isn't he like a creationist? Why would he talk about dinosaurs?
Yes, because dinosaurs, kids like dinosaurs. So if you want to sell the Bible, you need to have dinosaurs.
And he says that dinosaurs and people lived at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
And we know this because I own a picture of P.Z. Myers on the back of a dinosaur. So.
Oh, I've seen that.
He's that old. He's that old. And I have video footage of that as well.
Oh, awesome.
Wow, there are cameras back there?
Video cameras.
Not that it's a super interesting data point, but at one of the conventions I went to, I was taking the shuttle from the airport to the hotel, and PZ Myers got in right next to me just before we left. I was like, I know that guy. Yeah.
Cool.
I still like talking to PZ. I think he's cool.
He is.
I doubt he'd remember me.
All right. Shall we move on? Because I'm getting as lost as this is Dave.
Wasn't there a game somewhere in this?
There is, but we got sidetracked talking about dinosaurs or something.
Let's move on.
Bringing up a game to shut me up. Say it. Admit it.
Whoever's running the show needs to get better at it.
We went from inflatable alligators to dinosaurs and birds. No, it's an interesting progression. Reptiles.
What's Florida Man up to?
Well, we've got another one before Florida Man. So
what's next?
Oh, okay.
Giant frogs.
This story's from back in June. Something happened between Poland and the Czech Republic in a minor misunderstanding.
Oh, I know this one. There was not a midget, a little person who was like a spy for Czechoslovakia that was caught and put in a box, and or at least they tried to, and they couldn't fit him in the box to send him back home. So what I'm saying is that they couldn't cash a little check.
Oh. Oh, that was brilliant, Kate.
Oh man.
Someone threw a pastry at each other. Someone threw a pastry at another person.
No, but yeah.
Is this science news or just
the
like
right direction?
There was food involved.
There was not food involved, but there was certainly a fight involved. Well, kind of a fight.
You said it was between Czechoslovakia and Poland, was it?
Yep.
Okay. And there was a fight. People weren't like reviving the old Polak jokes, were they?
No.
No? Good.
What you've got to remember is that Poland and Czechoslovakia share a border.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Did they disagree on where some of it should have been drawn?
Not so much about disagreeing where some of it should have been drawn. Certain individuals from Poland who should have known better were not properly aware of where the border was.
Oh dear, they didn't step in an old minefield, did they?
No, but it involves the church and certain people who are paid by the Polish government detaining people who are part of the Czech population.
they tried to seek sanctuary in the church, and then they had a fight.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Polish soldiers mistakenly deterred Czech citizens from entering a church on Czech territory because they lost track of where the border was and detained these people thinking they were crossing the border.
Oh, wow.
Tiny little fun fact. I live next to a really tiny village, which is basically two parts with a big strip of no man's land in between.
Mm-hmm.
That is put there on purpose because one part was Protestant, the other part was Catholic. Both churches are still there. No one goes there, but also no one is building on the no man's land because they want to keep that for some reason.
So I guess what I have to ask is, do the Catholics, do the Romulans ever cross the neutral zone?
Oh.
Okay.
I
I'm
think
sorry, I see
that,
these everywhere. Sometimes I have to point them out.
I think the fact that they keep the growth low, so it's mainly grass, because of that would probably be the naughty spot where Catholics and Protestants do funny shit. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, it
Forbidden
was
fruit
more a
and-
case of Poland were doing military exercises near the border. And this particular group of soldiers didn't realize where the border were, detained these people thinking they were their own citizens because they shouldn't have been in the area where they were doing their maneuvers. Thinking they were detaining their own citizens, despite being told by these people that they weren't their own citizens. It was a small international incident that they pretty quickly cleared up, once the people in charge got in contact with that group of soldiers and said, you're over the border. You've actually invaded Czechoslovakia.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
But, I mean, in a more tense time, I mean, if you... when we were more in the middle of the Cold War, something like that actually could have ended in a major skirmish.
Yep.
So,
It could happen today. It could happen today.
Yeah, it could, yes, it definitely could. There are parts of the world where
America's
America's
retarded. They have I don't mean to say retarded. America's stupid. They have aircraft carriers right next to Russia's border, flying fighter jets around, being very aggressive. It's stupid.
Well, and I mean, Russia was doing it too. I remember this winter, I think it was, or maybe it was last time, that Russian jets were flying within 20 miles of the Alaska border. But
that's-
when I like expressed a little concern, a friend of mine was like, "No, they do this all the time, like constantly." So
no, they do, but it's provocative, and like at some point, like one of the jets will crash or get shot down, and like it's well, amazingly, Trump's not insane.
A famous thing is the Russians going into Ukraine to help the rebels shoot down Ukrainian airplanes, and they shut down a Dutch airliner.
Yep.
Killing everyone in it.
I don't know why the rebels would even be shooting at airplanes. You'd think they'd be shooting at Star Destroyers and TIE fighters.
When are you talking about, Peter?
You're horrible, Kate. You're horrible.
I know. That's the basis of my appeal.
I just said that a lot of people died.
I'll be right back.
We can't do that. We can't.
I don't know. I
Peter,
figure you can't laugh
go ahead.
about a whole bunch of innocent civilians dying. What can you laugh about?
Yeah. They're still trying to, so they know who shot it down, and they got back into
Peter,
Russia.
when?
And Russia still denies everything, where they have the thing on video traveling through the Ukraine.
When did
I don't know if you're talking about like 1970 or like 2019. Like when?
What was it? 2016, 15.
Okay,
16?
like back during like the Crimea stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that would be why the Russians were there with the rebels.
There's been some really good incidents with planes and that going down behind enemy lines.
Yeah, well, usually they're coerced by the superior officers.
Yeah, there was a case of one of an American plane having to do an emergency landing behind enemy lines, and apparently when the Americans the Russians sent the pilot back. And when the Americans asked for their plane back, apparently the Russians sent it back in boxes. They tore the whole thing apart.
They didn't specify. I mean,
At least they send it back, right?
They sent it back. They just pulled it all apart and figured out everything about it and then sent it back to them.
Like there was an episode of Blackadder, the fourth series set during World War I, where they end up crashing the plane, thinking that they were like behind their own lines, and it turns out the border had moved, like the line had moved, and they crash landed behind enemy lines instead. And I'm wondering if that has a basis in reality. It seems like the kind of thing where they heard about this story, happened like World War whatever, and they said this would make great comedy. So I'm wondering, does anyone know of an incident like that where someone crashes their plane thinking they're on friendly turf, and it turns out that the line had moved?
I guess
No?
because
I think
the
like
lines
thousands
do
of
move
people
more,
died
so.
in World War II because of that.
see, I've never liked the term friendly fire. In terms of like enemy lines, friendly fire, because like it's just a crap way of saying that you killed someone. It's like I killed you, but I didn't mean to kill you. But
It's a bit
Well, it means
strange.
that you were killed by a friend is like the vocabulary there, I think.
Well, I mean, Civil War doesn't make a lot of sense either, unless everyone's like, with George Carlin was saying, "Pardon me, bang, bang, bang," like that.
Excuse me. I don't mean to be rude,
you're
but I
saying
need
like
to shoot
civil
you.
and war don't go together?
Well, I mean, it seems to me that most war is pretty uncivil, don't you?
Yeah. Well, unless you're one of the generals in the back tents sipping your martinis and deciding which group of soldiers is going to die next, because let's face it, that's what most of them do.
I'm not going to talk about this, but like the it's called a civil war because it means it's like a war that's like within your own country.
Yeah.
So there's been hundreds of civil wars, and the word civil means what you wouldn't think it means. It has two meanings. Like so that's the point.
Irrelevant though.
The basis of the joke.
Jen, I've got somewhat of a
You
story
make so many
that,
jokes, Roast.
because Heidelberg was my second hometown, and being a Formula One lover, we always went to Hockenheim, which was near the town of Speyer. And in Speyer, there's a thing on the side of the road. That's where General Patton got hit by one of his own trucks. He was then moved to Heidelberg to University Hospital, where he died a couple of days later because of complications. So
did they call that friendly run over?
That could count as friendly fire, I think.
Does it count as friendly fire? But he wasn't shot.
Friendly wheel, perhaps. Friendly bumper, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Friendly vehicular homicide.
So
Friendly-
I had
friendly-
to get my Trinity complete. So I also visited the city of Luxembourg, where he was buried among his soldiers. He's got a tiny grave, just a tiny cross. General Patton. That's it.
Oh wow.
So, can anyone explain to me why he'd wear those funky pants? What are they called, jodhpurs or something? With the things that stick out on the thighs. What the hell's that about?
That was style.
That's really German. We did have, so a long time ago, when I was really young, we had Dutch cops walking around in the same sort of trousers. I've never asked.
Didn't Mounties used to wear them as well in Canada?
They're riding pants for some reason.
Yeah. Well, they give you a
like
little
extra padding or something.
Or maybe they make you streamlined somehow, like these little airfoils sticking up in your thighs,
Wings.
I always thought it was auxiliary storage for people who poop in their pants.
That's weird.
It reminds me of mud guards on early mopeds and motorcycles.
Yes.
Maybe that's where it came from.
Oh, so the horses don't kick the mud up into their face so they can see where they're going.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
So when they get home, they have to wipe the mud off
in
the side of the job.
Okay, somebody in the chat, look this up. Why do riding pants look so funny?
I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about like horse? I don't know. What's the name?
Well, modern ones, modern horse riding pants are very tight and fitting.
JODHPURS, jodhpurs.
Jodhpurs, yeah.
Jodhpurs?
Yep.
Yeah, jodhpurs, like rodpurs.
And why do you know that, by the way?
I
There you go,
read
Nudie
a
linked it
lot. It actually did come up at one point in some like fantasy novel or something. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
I enjoy, looking at fashion from different periods too, but I couldn't remember the name of it, but I knew what
Shall we move on and do some Florida Man?
Florida Man!
Yeah.
All right.
Florida.
So the first one comes from Port Lucie, where Mr. Johnson was attacked by an alligator. So we're back to alligators again. What did he do to save his and his dog's life?
Got it.
What did he do? Oh, he climbed up on top of like one of those newspaper dispensing machines.
Oh no, the alligator actually got hold of him.
No, he got a weapon. He got a really dangerous weapon. He got a dildo.
He did not use a dildo.
Oh.
Did
he threw in a bunch of wasabi and ran.
I have the picture that goes with that. That was Florida Man fighting off an alligator with a dildo.
This is not that article, and I really wish I'd found that one because that's brilliant.
Did he use his umbrella to poke the alligator in the eyes?
He did poke the alligator in the eye, but not with an umbrella.
With just a stick?
With what? Its dick?
With a finger.
No. What's his finger? He managed somehow in the middle of this alligator dragging him by the leg and rolling to try and get him to the water. He managed to get the strength up to poke the alligator in the eye, and the alligator let him go.
Yay!
With his finger.
Yeah, with his finger.
Okay.
Oh well,
that's pretty impressive, really.
It really is.
That's what they say you should do if you get like nailed by a shark and.
Oh, they say
punch
the shark in the nose.
Yeah, punch them in the nose.
Yeah.
Just don't punch the cobra.
The whole problem I have with the whole punch the shark in the nose thing is if you have ever actually tried to punch anything underwater, you have absolutely
I have scuba dived like 100 times. Yeah, there's no way you can punch it.
Yeah.
So put your fist out and let it run into it with its nose. Come on.
Yeah, it's not going to do that. It's going to bite your ass off.
But the shark is one of the most fantastic predators, like of all time. Like think you can slowly punch it like that and it's going to do anything? Like, no
Well, I
way.
mean, if it's coming at you fast enough, just stick your fist out and it'll bump right into it on
Right,
its
you
own.
punch itself. Stop
Yeah.
punching yourself. Stop punching yourselves. Right?
Yeah.
I think the thing is, it's like that there's video footage that was going around Twitter the other day with the guys with the alligators, with alligators, crocodiles, because it was in Australia, where the guy was pushing the crocodile away by putting his hand on its snout and pushing it away from you, which you can do. I mean, the
Because
animals
a
will back
saltwater
off
croc?
if you do that. But you also have to be really quick yourself. But a crocodile is not as fast, generally, as a shark would be in this situation. So the idea of punching the shark on the nose I think is a misnomer. You could technically push the shark away, but if you could get your hand on their nose without getting bitten, but
I don't think there's a creature
something I've
alive that
often
can
wondered.
Jen,
I don't
Jen,
think there's
check your Twitter DMs.
my Twitter DMs.
Like, okay, if an alligator or a crocodile or something is chasing you down, I mean, has anyone ever just tried like turning around, running towards it, taking a flying leap, and then just landing on top of it? You know, just whee and come down with both heels right on its
You mean
head.
like Donkey Kong in Smash
Yeah,
Brothers?
basically. I mean, has anyone tried it? I mean, if it's going to catch you anyway, why not give it a go, right?
Jump on top of the croc?
And run across their
like-
backs,
like-
just like you're playing. What was that game? Oh,
I mean, it's pretty low to the ground. If you get enough air, you could land right on its head.
And play Frogger. Basically,
Yeah.
You want to play
Super
Frogger.
Mario Brothers. Why has anyone ever tried to Super Mario Brothers an alligator or a crocodile? That's my question.
No, sir. Are you
People
saying
have.
your most damaging
There's
move?
there's actually a word for people who do that.
Yeah, corpses,
Lunch.
I'm sure.
Lunch.
Lunch.
No, but I mean,
like that one.
if you're like, totally terrified for your life and you figure there's nothing for me to jump on top of, it's going to get me anyway, I might as well fight back somehow. I mean, is it worth a try? Do you think?
Bro, sir, what you
an
are what you
alligator
saying
can
is your most damaging move is like a Donkey Kong slam jump?
Well, I mean,
like
you
have
could try to punt it,
Yeah,
I
probably.
suppose, but I don't know how well that would work.
No, punch
Well,
it. Yeah,
you
if
do,
you jumped on it.
No,
definitely more
punt
powerful.
with a foot, punt like a football.
We could make that a sport, croc surfing.
Just kidding.
I know.
Okay, I don't know.
There was something with it. There was like a cartoon character or a comic book character who would literally surf on like alligators or crocodiles. Like they put one foot on one foot on another. They have them on a line and they're like surfing on them. There's totally, that's a thing. I have to find that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jen is desperately trying to talk.
anyway, yeah. Next question.
Yeah, sorry. I was just passing a phone to my brother, so if you're gonna call it back, Rob's
Thanks.
not here. Sorry. Okay, next one. Sorry, I'm very sidetracked. Okay, another Florida man. What did this is very COVID related. Florida man says the school forced his son to take off his mask. Why?
It had something written on it that was against school policy.
I mean, you could say that, but it was something very
Or
specific.
drawn on it, a picture on it then?
No, the mask was a particular one that was from a particular place, a business that's.
Oh.
Oh, it was a Hooters mask?
Was it
Yes, a Hooters
Chick-fil-A?
mask. You are quite correct.
Yes.
What?
It was
What
a
was
Hooters mask.
Yeah, it was
Hooters.
a Hooters mask.
Oh.
His son's fifth grade
Hooters?
teacher forced the boy
Yeah.
to remove his mask and use a different one.
Because I am
Because
I
it
love
featured the
Hooters.
branding of Hooters on the mask.
Okay.
I am on fire
Sounds
tonight
a little
with this
Puritan, but okay.
Very, because
Well-
I mean, all it had on it was Hooters. It there wasn't like a picture of a pair of tits or anything. It was just the word Hooters on the mask.
Well, and I mean, if it was the actual Hooters logo, isn't that an owl?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
they
yeah.
say.
There's nothing wrong with the Hooters logo, except that I think the owl's eyes look like
Yeah,
boobs.
it was purely a case of the teacher being offended because it was talking about something that the teacher was offended by.
Should anyone be offended that the teacher knows what the logo stands for?
Well, there are some things it's hard to avoid culturally.
Oh wait, did it say Hooters or it was a picture?
No,
of
it just
Hooters?
said Hooters. It was just Hooters. It was the Hooters.
Just in like orange
I
letters.
would
Hooters?
have immediately said that just represents my business because I sell car horns.
Right. Actually, that would have been tutors or honkers. Honkers. Anyway, so
Okay. Well, I mean, Jen, in that case, that means that his hat basically said, I mean, his mask said like boobs, right?
Yeah, but it's Hooters.
I mean,
Well,
that's probably not. I would say that's maybe not acceptable.
Yeah, but I mean, given that it's the mask the kid has on, and you're in the middle of a COVID pandemic, yeah, I think you could allow a word to get away. I mean, yeah, you know, if the Hooters iconography included a pair of drawn tits or something like that, I get it. But it's just a word, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Hooters. So, but Hooters means like owls, I guess, because they go hoot, hoot, hoot.
yeah. I mean, like taken purely in a vacuum, a mask that just says Hooters on it would be perplexing, but not filthy. You have to know the cultural reference of what the place is like to even start thinking it's anything other than PG.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know for damn sure when I was a kid, if I went to school with like a hat on that said like, I don't know, like penis, like
But this
I'd
is
get in
not
trouble.
the same as saying penis. It doesn't say tits, or it doesn't say
No, I know.
boobs.
I mean, there's like Dick's Sporting Goods, and there's a Dick's Burger place in Seattle. You can walk around with a mask that just says Dick's. And it's not filthy in any way.
Yeah, you can't. No,
Yeah,
exactly the same as
name
Hooters.
what if your name was Dix and you're like, Dix is in Dick's mask? You know, labeling it so no
or
one
Karen.
else thinks you Karen.
What if your name
Karen wouldn't wear a
just
mask
says,
is the
"Hi,
problem.
Karen."
Karen wouldn't be wearing a mask.
No,
No,
you
she
want to
wouldn't.
say hi, Karen.
No, the mask would say, I want to speak to your manager.
Right.
Well, Jen, did anything bad happen because the mask got taken off, or like did the kid have to go home because he didn't have a mask, or?
Surely
He was
that's
forced
kind
to
of bad.
switch out the mask at Sunset Park Elementary School. So basically, they obviously had spare masks at the school, so they just made him take it off and put on one of their spares. But,
I don't really like the cloth masks anyway. They actually make it really hard to breathe. I mostly use the disposables. You know, the disposables.
Horrendous.
Sorry, what was that?
yeah.
Did someone say something?
Oh, I was saying the cloth masks are horrendous. I've been wearing a mask every day since like January because they'll put me in jail if I don't. But yeah, those like medical ones are way better. You can actually breathe.
Also, they're easier to take off. They're like designed so you can just grab the front of it and yank, and the little straps will give way and they come right off. Don't even have to take off my headphones when I get back from shopping.
But how ridiculous is that? If I don't wear a mask in Vietnam, I could get put into jail.
Well,
For like 10
you're
years.
endangering other people. It makes sense.
I know, but like, isn't that very extreme? Like, I like it. We have zero coronavirus, but like, yeah, I've been wearing a mask every day, all the time since January because I have
Well,
to.
you're a bunch of communists. That's what you like to do.
Apparently,
Yeah,
the kid
the
did offer
communists-
to turn
the
the mask
communists know how to
inside
deal
out,
with
so
that
it didn't
shit,
actually say Hooters, and that even wasn't appropriate, apparently.
Okay, sorry.
So, yeah, it was weird. All right, we'll move on to the next one.
More Florida man?
More Florida man.
No, come on. What do you mean?
Okay.
Who is Florida Man?
A Florida man
Peter.
dies after escaping custody by jumping into the bay while something.
Naked.
No, he was not naked.
Okay,
Well,
dressed as the Easter Bunny.
Yes! Wow, you're quick.
I'm right?
No, Wim Wanderer was correct there. Yes, he was still handcuffed.
Oh. I like my answer better,
bet.
damn it. Dressed as the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, no, he managed to get away from the police after they handcuffed him, ran across and jumped into the bay. Whereupon discovering he could not swim with his hands cuffed behind his back.
Now I'm curious whether I could at least tread water with handcuffs on.
Yeah, I don't think it's something I'd want to try with actual handcuffs on, though. You may be holding your hands behind your back.
I can do it for damn. I can
Protocols
definitely.
and lifeguards and shit. I mean, come on, give me some credit for the easy stuff.
Yeah.
It depends on whether you're cuffed in front or back.
Yeah.
Front, you should be able to tread water, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so
In the back,
the guy
that's-
was Donnie Brownlow Jr., who's 33.
Was?
So, well, yeah, was because he's dead. Well, he's dead now, isn't he?
I just wanted to make sure you hadn't said explicitly. For all I knew, the cops rescued him.
Yeah, no, he hit. So he was arrested for domestic battery, obstruction, and felony driving, while his license was suspended. So yeah, he was being taken away.
Cheers to Donnie. Cheers, Donnie.
Well,
So
driving
they'd
without
already
a
actually
license,
got him in the back of
that
the
should be
van.
capital
They
punishment.
transported
That's what you
him.
want to do? Is that
And
You
at
know what
the-
that is?
At the location they transported him to, he managed to get away from them as they got him out of the van, ran across toward Boca Ciego Bay, and jumped into the water while still handcuffed.
But do you
The
know
paramedics-
what
The
This
cops,
is-
the police followed him in and dragged him out, and the paramedics who were there tried to perform CPR, but it wasn't successful, and he drowned.
it's a domestic
Yeah.
battery.
Yeah,
It's an AA. I'm pretty sure it's an AA.
yeah.
Sorry.
Are those the kind that aren't included?
I'm afraid so. Yeah, I had to buy batteries for the batteries because they weren't included.
Yeah, I bought a pack of batteries and said batteries not included.
These
So-
days, your dildos are chargeable. They've usually got little USB sockets on the back of them, and you can plug them in.
Oh, by the way, speaking of which, I actually did end up, without even opening it, throwing out that 18-inch black rubber dildo someone sent me. I don't know why anyone thought I would want that.
Okay.
Who said? I don't know anything about you.
That is an unusual
Why would someone send you a dildo?
gift.
I thought people knew about that.
Kate, hold on. I know why you would want that. You can ask Jen. I sent Jen the picture. It is a great weapon against alligators.
Yeah.
Yes, Peter.
Well, you know, we don't have a lot of those in San Diego, so...
You might visit.
You live in San Diego?
And I'll always bring my trusty 8-inch black rubber dildo with me.
Well, so in Florida, I know there's a Christian apologist in Florida who might appreciate you waving a black dildo at her. I know.
Why do I have a feeling that this gets cut out, cropped out, and used against me for the rest of my life, you know? And I will always have my trusty 18-inch black rubber dildo with me is going to be my legacy on the internet forever, I'm sure of it.
Oh yeah, Peter's definitely cropping that out.
Yeah.
Never mind, Kate. We love you. All right. Whilst we're talking about Florida men escaping custody, this particular Florida man tried to escape, and something else happened to him. Why didn't he manage to escape? He did not drown, by the way.
Okay.
He's
He
not-
Gabriel
fell
Wise is the
into a
man's name.
pot garden and was too happy to leave.
He was knocked out from a iguana falling from the tree because it was frozen.
All right. Gabriel Wise is the man's name. After having his handcuffs put on, so another guy who tries to run away with handcuffs on. He thought he could get a good run going, and something happened whilst he was running.
Oh dear, did he trip on his shoelaces?
No, but he did definitely trip on something.
A small child playing in the street.
No, it was a part of his clothing. Something happened whilst he was running.
His
Did he
pants fell
get
down.
he got pants?
Yes.
So
About
totally
the three of you
fancy.
said it all at once. Yes. As he was running, his pants fell down and to his ankles, and he tripped over his own pants.
That seems to happen a lot.
It sounds like a scene from a movie, doesn't it?
I watched British
Yeah,
cop
it's Benny
shows,
Hill.
and it happens a lot. No,
Yeah.
not Benny Hill. Real cop shows where they really arrest people, and then they have to get them into the van, and that's always where the pants go down. I have no clue.
I know. Go ahead.
Maybe it's required or something. I don't know.
Apparently he was arrested for possession of methamphetamines, so it was quite possible he was high off his brain at the time. I just love the fact that his name is Gabriel Wise.
I know, right? It's probably bad to say, but I actually kind of enjoy it when we have inmates who've got out of prison, because I want to see how far they get. I don't care what they did. I just want to see how far they can get from the cop.
Yeah, I absolutely prison. I want them all to try to escape. The penalty, in my opinion, is way too fucking harsh. Why if you're doing methamphetamine, you got to go to jail for 10 years? It's retarded. So I want them to run away.
In answer to Never Again's question in the thing, I don't know if he's one of those people who liked wearing his pants half-mast or not. It's quite probable, given the culture this guy was apparently from. Yes, that was the case, that he was.
Well, I thought the thing of wearing your pants down around your thighs was over 20 years ago or something.
No,
it's still happening.
In New Orleans, you can get fined for not having your pants up at an acceptable height. And Grumpy Old Dude was telling me that if you had your pants down like that, in jail, it means you're looking for a wife or a husband. So, if you keep those pants up if you go to jail. Right
that
up.
thing is such my generation.
Yeah, the bag of pants.
Are any of you guys about 30 years old? Because when I was in high school, there was always 10% of the kids would have their pants halfway down their legs with their boxers showing.
Why?
On purpose.
How the hell does anybody think that looks good?
I've never seen anyone do that with tighty whities, though. It's always boxers.
No, you have to wait. No. They're boxers.
They could wear a mankini.
The only thing that I've always wondered, did they do that to impress girls? And if so, were there actually girls that were impressed by that?
I have never met any woman who is impressed by that at all on any level.
Well, the weird part is when you see 30, 40-year-old couple together, clearly a long time married, and he's got his pants down there. That one's weird.
Well, see, I don't want to see your underwear. but I was seeing your ass.
It's basically the plumber's crack look.
It's one of the funniest fashion ads that has ever happened.
Do you remember way back, I want to say the early 90s, there was that one band, it was these two kids, and their whole gimmick was they were wearing their pants backwards. I think they were called Crisscross or something, but that was their whole shtick was, we wear our pants backwards.
Why?
Yeah.
I guess they manufactured pop was trying every gimmick they could think of, throwing all the shit good just to see what sticks.
That makes flares seem normal.
Oh man, I am so glad I was too young to really understand the 70s. Disco sucks.
To be fair, Kate, you can diss those. You're wearing a T-shirt that refers to a band.
Yes.
Who painted their faces and wore plateau heels this big.
Yeah, but at least they were owning that they're weird. They leaned into the skid. These kids said, maybe it'll be gimmicky to wear our pants backwards.
Can I just pull apart what you just said there, Kate?
We're talking about this. We're talking about this, right? What the hell? They're doing that on purpose.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the band, but.
Oh no, I'm just saying, what a stupid fashion fad.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Eventually the trend will be, I got my head pierced with a canoe. That's, okay.
Now you're reminding me of a British TV show called The Goodies, where they did a thing about punk, and they were talking about having their ears pierced and with a safety pin, and it ended up being a safety pin right through both ears and a huge one up around the top of their head.
Maybe that's where I got it from. I thought I was like thinking on Saturday Night Live, but it wouldn't shock me to discover that it was a British show.
The goodies. Yeah. All right, so let's move on. I've got one more Florida man.
One more Florida man.
So okay, this is another Florida man who's having a run-in with some deputies. What did naked Florida man tell deputies he was?
Jesus.
A door.
No.
No. All right.
Jesus.
So this Christopher L. Jackson
Buddha.
was found
He said he's
wandering
Buddha.
naked around a hotel lobby. When the police got him, he identified himself as
A statue?
a particular
Napoleon.
a particular character from a franchise.
Yoda.
I'm guessing he probably
Naked
used a
Death
gruff
Guy.
voice when he said it.
Wait, did he think he's invisible?
No, he didn't think he
Naked
was.
Deaf Guy.
Sorry, what was that?
Naked Deaf Guy from Family Guy.
No, he did not. No.
He thought he was a female Ferengi.
I so wish that would have been brilliant, but no. I think Christopher Nolan.
The Joker?
No, he didn't think he was the Joker.
He was
Batman.
Batman?
Yeah, he basically he in the gruff voice from the Christopher Nolan Batman series told police he was Batman.
No. He was Buttman.
Batman, yeah. Or maybe that is what he said. He was Batman and the police misheard him. That would make so much more
Or if
sense.
we're going to go with another DC hero, maybe he was the Flash.
Yes. Love
the
it.
Flash.
The Flash.
Apparently, after they
Or the
arrested
Flash,
him
I
for
don't know.
indecently displaying himself, Jackson claimed that he actually had a room in the motel and had accidentally locked himself out of the room. But the hotel confirmed that he was not registered there.
I just had an amazingly fun idea. If I do the Fremont Solstice Parade again some year, I am so totally painting myself up as the Flash and see who gets it.
Yes.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, yes. Okay.
Love
I think we should propose that idea of that particular Florida man to Mr. Batman and telling him that he's got the wrong look.
You should be naked.
So he's going to be an obnoxious Christian apologist naked. That would add to the fun.
Buttman and flopping. Anyway.
Batman wouldn't work completely naked. He'd still have to have his utility belt, wouldn't he?
And the
By
cape.
the way-
Don't forget
by
the
the
cape.
way-
Yeah.
By the way, Batman did get injections to keep his pecker down. So did Robin in the original Batman series.
Really?
Wait, you mean Adam West?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
As in the
okay.
actors did.
They did.
Are you saying that the Batman actor had a boner all the time and it was a
They
problem?
got
Yeah,
anti-Viagra as to not upset the kids.
That's
Because
really
that's extra disturbing for me. In that,
I really thought that was a joke until I looked it
Couldn't
up.
have just put on a cod piece or something?
yeah, I mean,
That would
what?
have been an
No,
idea.
that would kind of exemplify it.
Well,
Are you
okay,
saying
fine, but I don't know Dick Gear. Tell me what a guy puts there to hide himself.
You've got
Yeah.
Adam West and what was his name? Who played Robin? Yeah,
Burt
You
Ward.
can't do it. You really can't do anything about it if you have like a hard boner. You can't really hide it. Maybe you can tuck it in your belt or something.
why? Yeah,
Why?
I mean, especially as it was a
it was
problem
the
for
U.S. in
both
the
of them.
'60s. Do you still need to ask why? I mean,
Yeah,
you still can't say certain words
United
on
hillbilly country.
You don't want a guy in a skin tight suit on television poking a Woody, okay?
No, I
But
get
why-
You don't
that.
want that.
But I'm wondering why you got a Woody.
What the hell?
The fun part is it's not live, so you can just cut it out and redo the scene. It's not that hard. wait, that's
in Hollywood,
Well,
time is
okay, you want to
money.
know how we know that Adam West was circumcised? God!
Oh.
Um,
But
ignoring that.
Interesting fact.
If he's got to take a break every 90 minutes because he's got a boner, that's going to really eat into production costs.
Well,
Everybody's got to
yeah,
sit
Pay a
back
little
and
extra
wait.
to keep Catwoman on the set, and she'll keep Batman satisfied. Happy?
well,
yeah.
maybe that was the problem. Maybe that was the ones when Adam West was
Ju-
getting his things up when Catwoman was there.
Julie Newmar.
Julie Newmar. She was
Weren't
hot.
there like a lot of different Catwomen's though? I thought Eartha Kitt was one at one point too.
She was.
Yes, she was.
Both hot.
But why did he have a boner? Why did he have a boner all the time? Why? I don't know. How old was he? Like when I was 16, I had a boner.
Clinically, males will have a boner about every 90 minutes.
Crazy pants.
You what? Really?
Every 90 minutes,
Every 90 minutes.
Jenny?
Yep.
What do you mean? Like so
I need
every.
Monitor yourself sometime.
So you're saying like every hour and a half, I should have a boner?
I was just inquiring with my husband. He says no.
I only know what I read, so.
Yeah. that doesn't
I
sound
do
right. Jen,
remember. I
sorry.
do remember growing up that always happened when the teacher said, "Would you come to the blackboard and explain this?" No thanks.
Yeah.
I'll take the 0.
It's
No.
Yeah, you have a boner.
it's like you guys
Peter,
wake up every morning with a little
Your name's
tension
Peter,
bed, right?
what's your
Yeah.
It's piss
Yeah,
poor.
And sometimes the class would be over and it's like lunch break, but like you don't want to get up because you have a boner, so you have to just sit in your chair and be like, Chris, why didn't you leave the room? It's like, I don't know.
And this is embarrassing, and I don't give a shit. So I had a girl in my class who borrowed a record, and I needed the record back, and she said, "Okay, come on over and get it." And so I went over there. No one answered the door, so I went around the back, and she and her mother was sunbathing in the garden.
Naked.
Yes. And I have to say, her mother was absolutely stunning.
Uh-oh.
Then they got me a
Milk
drink,
story.
and by the time that I had finished my drink, I couldn't get up because obviously. I mean, who does that to a 16-year-old? You don't do that.
I will guarantee you that they would have known and they were laughing at you.
Oh, I'm sure, but yeah, I can still. If I close my eyes, I can still see the mother. Back there.
And now
Wow.
you cannot stand up again.
And do you still get a boner?
No. That would take a little bit more than just the image. I
Well,
think.
yeah, you are pretty old.
I'm getting on in life.
Yeah.
I need a little bit more.
When I was like 16, we did like pool parties or like beach parties or like even like a school field trip to the beach, and because the girls were wearing like bikinis and stuff, we'd all have boners, and it's like we just have to stay in the water hiding like the whole time. Like yeah, I can. So anyway, yeah, I understand.
And that's sad because I grew up in Holland, and in Holland, when I was a teenager, everyone was topless, so that was even more fun.
Man,
And
that,
I literally had a guy in my
that
class.
must have been hard.
Yeah,
Oh man,
he didn't want to go. He didn't want to go watch on
You're
his
saying
own.
my jokes are bad.
We took him along. He was the only one
Well, like-
on the beach wearing a winter coat.
Did the winter coat
He was
go
so
along?
afraid that anything would go. He wore his long winter coat on a beach.
Well, you know, I was raised by
The-
hippies and was treated to far more than my fair share of nude beaches. Just saying.
But did that winter coat have a hole in the pocket?
That's what we should have checked back then.
Yeah.
Probably had.
Did you ever get a boner in church?
I've never been to church, so
odd places that people have had erections or got horny. Tune in next week.
Yeah,
Under crematorium.
it makes sense.
I just had a
If you're young,
horrible
that boner
thought.
just happens. It sucks. You can't do
What?
anything about it. I think
What?
we agree about it.
I just had a horrible thought, and I'm not sure if I should say it.
I don't care.
Do you think like a priest is ever taken aback when the altar boy is like totally into it?
Okay.
I told you it was a horrible thought.
I'm most shocked that you were trying to censor yourself. You never do.
It's not my fault, Bishop. He threw himself at me.
Oh, we're horrible, illful people.
I'm sure
the
that's
stream's
happened
gonna
at
get
least
taken
once
down.
in the history of altar boys and priests. I'm sure there's been one who's been like, "Oh, this is wonderful. You've shown me a new world, Father. Thank you." I'm sure that's come up, and he was probably like the priest was probably really disappointed. Actually, I bet.
Well,
I did talk to a priest once, and I said, I'm wondering, you guys in the Catholic Church, you take confession. How on earth is that when you listen to those people? And he says, well, sometimes you hear stories that makes your hat go up and down. I said, you wear a hat during confession? He said, no, I have that in my lap.
oh god,
That's just not right, and I love it.
Okay. I think we might start to wrap here, guys.
okay.
This has been.
We're
awesome
gonna
show.
wrap
Thank you
now?
all so
Cool.
much for
I can
joining
beat
me.
that.
So what, Jen? This was the Florida show.
No, well, we usually end up doing at least half the show on Florida Man because people tend to like it and they are funny.
Oh.
So,
And I was so waiting for Florida Man who shot his doctor.
the alligators and dildos, yes.
No, the Florida man who shot his doctor. Did you see that?
I think we might have done that one on a previous show, actually.
Sorry?
We
I
might
like
have done that
Florida
one on
man
a
who
previous
jumps off
show.
a bridge and scuba dived away through the river after he robbed the bank.
So, okay, how about time everyone can have a go at can shield themselves. So why don't we start with Chris, because I know you're having internet problems at the moment, Chris. So,
Yeah, I'm done.
so what have you got coming up, Chris?
Well, sorry, I don't understand. Are we saying
shield your
goodbye?
channel.
Oh, whatever. I do. Yeah, okay. I do Animal Science TV. Yeah, that's it. I'm Chris.
Okay, Chris's link will be in the description later. He's not there yet. That I will add you. So yeah, everyone follow Chris at Animal Science TV on Twitter and check out his channel.
Thank you.
Next weekend, I think you're starting your new news thing. Is that right, Chris? Is it next weekend?
What? Sorry,
I know you're really tired. The new show you're talking about with where you were
what, the
talking about
animal news?
Animal news.
Yeah, so like my plan is hopefully with Jen on Sunday, we can do. Me and Jen are both in the same time zone. So on Sunday we're gonna try to do a live animal news. And what's the topic we're gonna do? The elephants?
Elephants in Thailand. Yep.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk. We're gonna get into like depth. We're gonna talk about it for like 20 minutes, like why the elephants in Thailand are dying, and it's a bad situation, but it's something people should know about, and it's something that people can help with if you want to.
Yeah. So that should be interesting. Keep an eye out for that. Peter.
And so Ben will be my guest host,
Yep.
so I'm excited.
I am too. Peter, what do you got coming up?
I got a question. So
Yep.
I've got a dog. What's
can
the
see
front end?
What's the what?
At the front end.
The front end, because it just my dog hides his head. Just,
So you're
no.
saying he's an ostrich in a former life.
this is the front end. See, it's got a head.
I was going to say, is that just the other half of what would have been the twin of Cat Dog?
This is how
That's
she
the one that's just two assholes.
Oh.
never figured that out. Okay, so Yeah. I run a channel where we talk to theists, atheists, and we just started doing topical shows as well. Tonight, we announced our new member, which is Erica Hernandez, who's going to be part of our team. And we're thinking of doing a show on a new channel, but that'll going to be released later. And can I do a shout out to someone else?
You can.
Okay, tomorrow you all need to tune in on Scientist Mel, where Scientist Mel and Nervadia talk about this week in BS, and you can take BS whatever you want. Bad
When
science.
does that start?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think 7 p.m. U.S. Central.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
so that would be 5 for you, Kate.
Yeah, should be.
See, I'm getting good.
Scientist
time,
Mel is
I can
pretty
do
cool.
time. If I now I need to focus on Australia to get those time zones, but
Don't worry
That's
about it. Australia doesn't exist.
It's 9 o'clock.
Well, no, it's like Atlantis or Canada that way.
It's 12 hours difference, isn't it, Jen?
Can I just say a big thank you to Brainbag, who's tweeting out he's messaging out everybody's addresses in the chat.
Yes,
Thank you so much, Brainbag. Jenny, have you got anything happening?
Nope.
No. Just your usual appearing on everybody else's shows and making up
Well,
numbers and
I'll be on-
generally being wonderful.
I'll be on Critical Cripples Questions of the Century show next Tuesday, but other than that, nothing.
Yep.
aren't you a regular guest on the immensely popular chat show that is spelled incorrectly by a guy called Stool?
Oh, that guy. Oh, yeah.
I've heard of him. I heard
Yeah.
he's like a giant knob.
Yeah.
Well, I think he was arrested this morning, wasn't he?
For what? Naked
I
around
don't know what you're talking about.
being naked around a hotel and claiming he was Batman.
Yeah, wearing a woolly hat.
Lone Wanderer, what do you got up to, hun?
Well, I have my regular Word of the Day series. This month is September. Next month is going to be like spooky themed for October. And I've also dropped a teaser trailer to my new series, which is The Crimes of the Religious, Series 1. So that's going to start October 1st, 7 p.m. Central. So I hope you'll all watch it. And follow me on Twitter at Wanderer's Bunker.
Cool.
Okay.
What day of the week is that?
I think Kate rubbed off on me, but did you say the crabs of the religious? Is this
No, the crimes of the religious.
Crimes
Oh,
of the Religious.
sorry.
I thought you said crabs as well.
And how is that anything like me? Come on.
And that
You're quick because you can do anything.
Okay, fair enough. You meant it as a compliment. Okay, thank you.
And you've got something funny, so I'm trying. I'm not as good as you, but I'm trying.
Well, I've had too many people say, "Oh, that's just Kate being Kate," like it's some sort of dismissive thing. I had no idea this was almost a compliment.
It is. Why do you think people still watch you after all these years? It's because there's talk.
Don't get me started on my viewership numbers. But anyway.
And also the last part of your video, which is always good to watch.
Well,
Kate's
thank
videos
you.
are always good to watch. And talking of your videos, Kate, last but not least, what have you got coming out?
Well, I did just put out my first video in almost a month. Between my computer breaking and just sort of general apathy and, oh, I wish this was all over, I just haven't been making videos much, but I am back in it now, and I'm having fun. Plus, as we speak, I've got a shot of animation rendering, and you can't really see it because light fucks with the, but so I'm working on that big animation still. Shot number 51 is currently rendering.
Have you got
I've
all
got
the
about
voice
5
actors
minutes
now?
in the can, or at least I'm approaching 5 minutes anyway, so
Do you have all your voice actors now?
I do actually. Yeah,
Awesome.
all of the voice and everything has been recorded for about a month, maybe two. I am gonna have to get back to my voice actors though and ask them for like oofs and grunts for the fight scenes because I didn't do that. But
I don't understand what you're doing. Are you making like a cartoon?
yeah, Yeah, it's this sort
Okay,
of
so you're
retro-
animating the whole cartoon, and you need voice
Yes.
actors?
Yes, and it's like sort of a Futurama Jetsons-esque look, but more of a sort of Star Trek Babylon 5-esque story.
Awesome.
So, yeah, so I'm having fun with that. Expect a couple of more videos
Cool.
coming soon because it's been a while.
I've
But,
seen a preview of what Kate's working on, and it is going to be absolutely amazing when it comes out. So,
Thank you. I do have a coming soon poster if it helps. If you can share the thing there, I can show people the coming soon poster.
oh, I can't. I can't share
Oh,
the
you
thing.
can't.
Sorry.
Oh, well, I should put it online somewhere so I can link people to it then. But
Yeah, I'm sorry.
yeah.
I can't. If I was on my other rig, I could drop me out and put it in the center pit, but I can't with this. 'cause
Yeah, don't
haven't
worry
got
about
set
it. They
up for
can go to my channel and look for it and subscribe while they're there. Anyway.
There's a couple of times
Kate,
where on
Kate, you've never said the
Purple's,
name of your channel, I don't think.
Midnight Mid-America,
Oh, sorry.
where Kate has actually shown little snippets on the stream of what she's working on, so you can also catch some of it there. But you're gonna have to go hunting because I
Okay,
honestly
there,
can tell you what streams they were.
That's my channel name right there.
Oh, you changed it to Bionic Dance? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
That's
you used to say,
Rainbow's
like,
put a link to you in the
what
chat
you
as
used
well.
to say,
so-
like,
Well, it said roast suckling toddler because you know us, Ace, the atheist babies,
suckling.
and well,
yeah.
All right. As for me, there'll be another one of these during the week with various guests, probably some of these guys again, and of course another one next Sunday. Hopefully, when I get back up to Perth from this trip down, I'm going to try and see if I can get a video together that's a pre-record as well, and I'll also later on. Late Sunday
Come on,
morning
figure it out.
for you guys, there will be a there's a Wondering stream where we're talking about, I believe, Ray Bradbury this week. Julie in the chat will be part of that discussion. So there's that happening. I'll be on that panel as well, and I can't put the link up. I'm sorry, but if you're following me on Twitter, you should be able to. I'll tweet out when that show's going to be on.
sorry, I spaced a bit. Was this just a sci-fi panel show?
Yeah, sci-fi panel, and we'll be well.
Well,
No,
if you ever do Heinlein, let me know.
I will. You may have to bump out early though, because it's usually just before Diana's. It's like we start about 2 hours before Diana's stream. That's all.
In
we
that
often
case,
go
never
late.
mind.
I'm screwed. There's a typhoon. Usually my internet's good.
But yeah, that's yeah. It's for Lit Month, but it's for we're discussing Ray Bradbury, who of course does sci-fi. So
Typhoons don't exist.
So it should be really interesting. And
okay.
yeah, there's Six Pack's still taking a bit of a hiatus at the moment because Chris is taking a break. So I actually might do That's News for Me during the That's News for Me panel on during Six Pack's time next week as well. So we might actually get 3 in this week. I don't know. It depends how much time I have. Anyway, thank you to everyone in the chat. Special thank you to Brainbug for linking out absolutely everybody. Thank you, Brainbug, for being...
Yeah, Brainbug's awesome.
Thank you to all my guests. You're all amazing. And we will catch you in the next one. Bye.
Have fun.
Bye.
Catch you like...